video, I'm going to show you how I caught a lost budgie, otherwise known as a parakeet, that was loose and found on the property of the place where I work. And I searched high and low on the internet and found a few videos on how to catch a budgie, but it was mostly by the owners, and it was on their properties, and they were able to use their own birds to attract the budgie to them. But this case was completely different because he was we couldn't find who he belonged to, and he was just decided he liked the spot because there are lots of bird feeders. So one of the residents it's a nursing home where I work, noticed him, and he was coming every day to these bird feeders to feed, but we had no idea where he had come from. So I decided to try to catch him because the weather was going to get cold. So I just wanted to show you really quickly how I did it. I was so surprised that it actually worked. But so he was feeding at this bird feeder here. So I borrowed a bird cage from someone, a neighbor, and I decided to put the bird cage right next to the feeder because I knew this is where he came, and they like to feed on the ground, so he was on the ground a lot. And so what I did was I set up the bird feeder under the bird cage under the bird feeder, and I propped up the door to the bird cage using a stick that had a V shape to it, and I just propped it up so that it could hold the cage up, but and then I attached a string to it, and a long string. And I'll show you that part, but this is the trap part. I set up a trap basically, and I also made this little ladder, but of course you could probably just use a stick or something, but I made this little ladder to help lure him up to the bird cage, and I propped it up so that it was below the door, so that if the door shut, he wouldn't be able to get out. And then I put some bird seed, some millet. Evidently that a lot of budgies love millet. That's kind of like the primo food for them. So I bought some millet, and I put a little bit kind of along the way up the step area up the ladder, so some at the entrance here. And then I clipped with a binder clip, I clipped a little bit of the millet to right next to the door so that he would be lured up to the door and decide to feed on the millet right there. And then what I hoped was that he would hop inside. I put the additional millet right close by, but not too close, inside the cage, and my hope was he would be lured up the steps, eat the millet here, and then go inside to continue feeding on the millet inside the cage. And that's actually what worked, what happened. And so I'll just show you what I did. I set this whole thing up, and then I took my long string and pulled it very far away, and it went all the way to a hidden spot. Uh-oh, I just, good video, right? Anyway, hold on, let me, this is the kind of video you watch that you laugh at, right? Anyway, I should have made the string a little longer, but anyway, I had it very, very long string, and I ended up pulling it all the way, I'll just show you, over here. So I was hidden behind that wall area, and I ended up leaving it for a number of hours, and I came back, and the funny thing is it was about to storm, so I actually ran just to get the string and clean up the bird cage. I was afraid of the storm, and I didn't even look at the bird cage at first, but it ended up he was right in there. So I just quickly pulled on the string from far away, and I'll show you. I just really quickly yanked on the string, and the stick fell down, and voila, the bird was caught in the cage. So anyway, I'm just hoping this helps somebody. I didn't see anything online that had this technique, and it worked really well. So I hope it might help somebody out there to catch a lost budgie. And just to let you know, this budgie, his name is Buddy, we named him Buddy, is now in good hands with my neighbor. We still are trying to find his lost owner, but we think he might have come in from a hurricane and blown in maybe from another state. So maybe I'll post a picture, but he's doing very well. And he wouldn't have done well in the cold. They don't like the cold, they don't like the rain, so we thought it was important to catch him, even though he seemed really, really happy right here because there's lots of bird feeders. But anyway, hope this helps and have a good day. Take care. Bye.